Hello and welcome in. My name is Drumroll Tony. I'm a streamer on Twitch, musician, and music teacher living in Seattle. We're so close. Friends, we're less than 500 people away from hitting 100,000 subscribers on the channel. I invite you to help me hit that goal. Please and thank you. If you've not subscribed yet, please click that button. This is awesome. It feels good. I'm excited to keep this going. All right, we're going to be checking out some video game music. This is a recommended video for one of my Patreon members, and this is going to be Genshin Impact, Scaramouche the Prodigal, all phases, some boss music here, and it looks long. In the description here, we have the introduction, phase 1, phase 2 before the cutscene, and then phase 2. So yeah, let's check it out. All right, we're going to dig in here. I can see, I'm just scrubbing along here. I can see the introduction goes all the way up to the minute 37 mark. So we'll try to get that and see what's going on here. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, cool little woodwind melody that came in there. But hold on, we got to talk about, it's probably prepared piano. We're getting this mysterious kind of dark clock sounding, this like low end strike. We're striking the string. You know, sometimes we get to do fun stuff with the piano, mess it all up and play on it in different ways. Pretty good. The little responses and the tremolos and the strings, very, very, very creepy. Let's go back a couple seconds here and get into this woodwind melody. Nice playing. The low brass is in tune, so good. What an amazing introduction. Okay, the obvious stuff we talked about, that clock, that mysterious clock sound on the prepared piano, that stayed constant the whole time. And we had this really great shift between the strings and the woodwinds playing our whatever melodic phrase there, but this the transitions and how it's orchestrated and written between the players. Really, really great. Sounds like kind of an intimate pit setting, like front, like down in the musical, down what's in the pit. Very, very, very cool. Would love to play something like this. Okay, let's go back a couple seconds here and grab, I guess we're into the phase 1. Let's get this. Ooh. Wow. Okay. We have this big threes triplet foundation. So are they real shakers or are they digital? Because I know a lot of people that I've played with that can play with the shakers, and it sounds very like little eggs. Sounds very, very good. Did you hear the little intimate triangle work in the background? People give triangle players a lot of crap, but you shouldn't. It's a delicate instrument. It's very cool. And in case you didn't know, it's not like it's just one person that only plays a triangle. Percussionists play like everything in the concert percussion realm. We should do, you know what? Sometime we should do a video on that. Anyway, let's go back 5 and keep going because it sounds like this is about to get real big here and aggressive. wow. Okay. It almost felt like a metric modulation. It wasn't, because I was getting confused, because when we started with our string involvement, where it was like still deep and brooding and evil sounding, and then that digital, we did like this really smooth transition from like string and woodwinds, and then incorporated digital stuff. Very, very cool. Great ideas. But then that bumped, I was like, wait, is this like a displaced like dotted eighth rhythm, or maybe like a quarter triplet thing where we're going somewhere new? And then it came in, and I feel like we had 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 baku baku ba. We had that kind of combination going on for the meter. I'm not totally sure, because we just heard it. There was just a lot of things to listen to, and there's like epic choir stuff happening. This is amazing so far. Interesting. Bugada, bugada, bugada. Dugada as our main kind of formulation of rhythmic melody that going on there. Evil. I say evil all the time. I don't think everything's evil, but those voices with that effect just sound big and dark. So I don't know what kind of boss we're fighting in this game at this point, but I'd probably not want to beat the boss just so I can keep listening to the music. All right, we're going back 5. Here we go. That was cool. We always, I swear, it's like every day I'm like, hey, what do you do when you want to create stuff that's new? Take away a layer and build it back up. It's good. It's like the solid, it's solid goal right there. You'll achieve it every time. Great use of it. I really like those big triplets that we came out of though. That was fun. We'll go back 5 and grab that Even in there's still layers going on. The predominant voice obviously is the big, whoa, that sound in the vocal layer, but we have strings and low brass supporting all of that. It's interesting to think about how loud this is, right? Like we've arrived and we just kind of stayed at this dynamic level. So clearly a lot of stuff is happening with what's going on, with how they program these to work with how you're fighting the boss. So that alone always interests me quite a bit of like how video game music works. But obviously we're just kind of a linear straight playthrough, so we're not gonna have too much deviation, but still it's big, and just your ears are getting run in here. Okay, so that was phase 1. Now we're at phase 2 before the cutscene. Here we go. Very cool. All right, so we got to talk about the combination of 3. So you're probably feeling it now. But in reality, we're still bum, because all that can still be divided down to right here, where everything in this piece has been super slow. The beginning was a little slower, but all phase 1 we still pulled right here at this tempo. And technically we're still there, but we've just added a bunch of stuff on top to augment it. But just know the root foundations are still present. We just got these like triplet grooves going on. I'm just gonna go back like right here. Very interesting use of like the movie theater bass drops, so boom, that kind of stuff. We have that with like, but it's like super pulsy and like fuzzy and buzzy. We do still have, remember the shaker, the egg shaker triplet kind of figure? That's still present now, but definitely in a way more digital environment. So that's fun how that has existed across this cutscene bar line though. All right, back 5, let's keep going. All right, before we go any further, the church organ part was pretty cool because that like harmonically was like what kept us together, thinking in bum ba da 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 da. That's where our harmonic structure is. Even though we have boom boom goo 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 and all this weird like digital stuff happening, the organ is definitely our like tonal center. So that was pretty fun. It's phase 2. All right, so before the drop hits, we got to talk about it's a different tempo, and then we have this as our focus. Bump, bump, 4 and buck, talk about it all the time. That's bossa nova, dude. That's straight up bossa nova, but we're using it in a very different form here, so it doesn't sound like Brazilian music whatsoever. But that's where those rhythms came from. All right, back 5. Let's get this drop here. Cool choir, by the way. Very cool. So the whole time, like if you're someone that's an orchestrator, you're a young composer, you're like thinking about how do I layer stuff? This is how you layer stuff. You keep things right, boom, right here, and you add everything on top of that with whatever's going on. There's like a million strings. There's all the digital like bass drop stuff. We have there's that violin part that's coming in and jamming out there, and then you have your choir just obviously laying it in your ears, letting you know where you're at. But it's all there. We're just really literally over one chord. And we just kind of build on the extensions of that chord. Sounds great, though. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. That definitely sounds amazing. Back 5, let's keep going. Cool. So melodically, we have a lot of different intervals going on, and compared to we could say we're in a mode versus what we were before, where basically everything kind of functioned around 1 2 flat 3, which is very minorish. I'm not gonna be able to sing that right because I'm a drummer first and foremost and a bass player, not a vocalist. But point being, now we're seeing more of like Phrygian-ish with a lot of flat 2 stuff happening. That won't really, if you don't care about like scale stuff, that stuff doesn't really mean anything. But just know that the scale composition is similar, but we've added a couple things in. So we're going through some modes to give it that, like that sound. And you're like, oh, I might have heard that like in like a movie. Like it sounds like, a different part of the world. Yes, it does, because expected scale systems differ, or just different folks use different things. Okay. So it's very cool. It's all on purpose. Very good. It's very good. Wow. The reason I made that face is because then suddenly we went from what I just mentioned a second ago, and now we're way more traditional, the way chords are functioning. And suddenly it has a lot more like, I don't know, late classical Baroque-ish stuff going on. Someone smarter than me that has way better aural identify skills that have to do that, because I just can't. But It's funny how quickly that shifted. So definitely enjoyable to listen to, though. Ooh, okay. I'm sorry to keep stopping so much, but there's so much cool stuff to talk about. The little violin line that was pretty sick. But what's really different here is the going on underneath that after we just came out of all that other stuff. That is a huge shift in the lower end percussion layer there. That's pretty wild. Very cool. Okay. So when someone says, well, what kind of piece is this? You just say, yes. It's like, how many styles are we going to hear back to back? That's pretty fun. It is like completely like, it's interesting when you study music, like in a traditional standpoint, this is very not traditional, right? We don't normally like jump thousands of miles of musical influence, like global influence, but now we do. I mean, not saying it's bad, not saying it's good. I'm just saying it's cool. And like, it's a fun thing to experience in your headset. Like in a matter of seconds, you're like, wow, we're just jumping over time periods. We're jumping across the world. Very, very cool. It's just different. All right, let's take it out. What a great piece of music. The unison lines there between voice and brass and strings, and then setting it home with our percussion hits. Outstanding stuff. I would love to know if any of you that watch these videos are composition majors, or you're working on writing music, or what kind of stuff you do. Maybe you want to be writing music for video games down the road, or maybe cinematic stuff. I would love to know if any of you are checking these vids out, because we'd love to hear your stuff. I'm like in gamer geek mode, and I just want to hear that stuff. So let me know. My name is Drumroll Tony. Make sure to catch me when I'm live. So I'm going to talk about your favorite video game music, or just music in general. You can find the link to my Twitch channel in the video description below, as well as my Discord. If you'd like to support the channel, my Patreon information is down there. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please click that thumbs up button. I appreciate you. Take it easy. Bye-bye.